Cheers, get a Sonia Bernard Linked by Ink Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. My cup today is just this cute little turtle cup. My husband and I, we live in the Charleston, South Carolina area, and we went fishing, and there was a little store on the pier down in Mount Pleasant, and that cup was in there. I just adore turtles, so I bought the cup. So anyway, today I have a fun technique for you. If you haven't done it before, it is called the black ice technique. And I've just put my spin on it. So that's what we're going to do. Just a quick reminder, celebration ends February 28th. There's only 14 days left to celebrate. That means only 14 days left to get free items when you make a purchase, a qualifying purchase of $50 or more before shipping and tax. So go ahead and use that host code in the link below. You don't want to miss out. Also, it's a fantastic time to join. I just had another person. We've had 2 people join the team this week. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful join special. And did you know that your sales that you purchase for yourself, that counts towards your requirements? Some people didn't know that, so I'm going to share that and let you know. I've been my own best customer for a long time, many of my years, in my 10 years that I've been doing this, especially at the beginning, I was my own best customer, and that's normal. Hobby demonstrators save money. Okay, let me show you the cards. I'm going to turn it down so we can see. Let me just find myself on my little thing. So I'm going to show you this card, and I just hope you love it. Okay, I love it, and it's easy. Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Getting ready. Voila. This is black ice technique, and these are so shiny in real life. They almost look wet, but I've got 2. You'll see there's a slight difference, a slight variation in that coloring right there. But this is such a fun technique, and I think you just end up with this really cool, fun, masculine card. Very, I mean, picture this up on someone's desk, you know, if you're at the office. It just looks very cool. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make it. It's quick, it's easy. Let's get going. We are going to start by using some brush metallic cardstock. And there's 3 colors in the pack. I chose the lightest color to do this. And we are going to use black Stazon. Stazon everything. This will stain whatever you put it on. You're not getting it off. So make sure when you're using this that you use some kind of mat so that you are not getting this everywhere. Okay? And it's going to look a little weird when we first do this, but this is what we're going to do. So we're going to hold this down on one side and then just get the entire ink pad, and we're just going to run it down. What? Don't worry if you I start a little bit off and run it down. And if you get spotches like this, I'm actually purposely going to put them on there. Don't worry about it. It actually just adds to it. You should probably use maybe like another little bit of paper or something just to hold this down so you're not going to get Stazon all over your fingers. So you can make this as dark or as light as you like, and I think for me that looks great. So we are going to have to use our heat tool today, so I'm just going to give you a warning. Heat tool coming if you want to turn the sound down. Sorry, but you want to make sure that this is dry first before you touch it with your embossing folder. So just give it a quick little heat set. It shouldn't take too long to dry, but that foil is not really porous, so it's a little bit porous. And you could just actually go like this and emboss it just with a regular embossing folder and call it good. But we're going to I had to get my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Before we do that, we are going to get this Painted Textures 3D embossing folder, and it's this one here, and you'll see that it's got Stampin' Up on one side. Okay, that is your emboss side, and this is your deboss side. And what that means is that if you place this top part to here, that's going to be the top. If you placed it this way, it's going to be debossed, not pushed up, it's going to be pushed in. Okay, so we want the pushed up version. Hope that's making sense. So now, with the little Stampin' Up logo right there, we are going to get our VersaMark. And I just got a new one, but you see I've already got it dirty. Okay, so we're just going to stamp over top of this, just with our VersaMark, just stamp away. And then we're going to put this in our embossing folder. Just press it down, try not to move it around. We're going to get our Stampin' Cut emboss machine with a plates 1 and plate 4. That is what you use for the 3D ones. Make sure that the folded edge is going through. You will actually see there's actually like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it goes down, little groove. And pop them in and run that through. Okay. Then we're going to get this big guy out the way. Oh. Okay. Then we're going to open this, and you can wash that off. You can just run it under the tap if you want, but we do have a light stamp cleaner that you can go clean that with. Now, you could, without putting the VersaMark on there, you could just have this and you'll still have a fun looking card, right? But we want to take it up a notch. So, we're going to get our little embossing tray, and we are going to get black embossing powder. Now, I've put all the supply lists. I've got little bits of gold in here, but just ignore that. It's okay. I have put the supply list in the description, so everything I've used today. Oh, I didn't put this tool tray in there. I'll add that in before I upload the video, because this little kit is really awesome. Look at me making a mess. We have this cute little brush that goes in the kit, so we just brush it away. Just brush away like it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, if you don't want to get your fingers dirty, you could use tweezers, but I'm not really trying not to touch the surface. And you'll see it. It's a mess. It's going to stick everywhere. Just try to brush that off a little bit. We don't really need any on the back. Give it a little flick. Trying not to touch the edge, but if you do, that's okay. Now we are going to go. I did make a mess. I'm trying to hurry because I have a training at noon and it's Valentine's Day. So I hope you have something special planned. And I always say Valentine's Day self-love counts as well. Okay, I'm going to heat emboss this. So noise coming, so turn that down if you don't want to hear it. I love heat embossing. I think it is so fun. I'm hoping you can hear me over this noise of this. And you'll see it start to change. There we go. There we go. Do you see it? I just go slow and steady. As it changes, I move it forward. And then move it over a little bit. Kind of like vacuuming. Like you do a little section at a time. You know, like you do the lines. Because you don't want to miss any. And you can definitely see the change in that. And it is going to be a little wet. Oh, I'm blowing the paper off the table. So then we just switch it over and then come do this side. It is so fun. And this is really a rather quick technique. Now if that curls up a little bit, there we go. If that curls up a little bit, Don't worry about it too much. Now, it might feel a little wet, a little sticky because it's got to cool down. Just give it a little fan. Just fan it. Let that cool down. There we go. Perfect. So that is how I did this card. I stopped at that section, at that point, and I just did this. So you can stop here and go perfect. And you see, each one's going to be different because it depends on how much VersaMark, depends where you run it through on the embossing folder, but they still look super cute. So here's how I stepped it up one more time, just to give it another different look. Is we went ahead and we got the brother of black Stazon, and that is the saddle brown Stazon. So, getting your card front, we just got this. This is brand new too. Okay, so again, we're just going to wipe it down over top of it. Just a little bit. Look at that. Love this. And then again, you might want to just let that dry for a second, not put your finger on it. Look at this. I love this. I think it just makes it so classy. It looks rich. Okay. That's what I'm saying. It looks kind of makes it look rich. Okay. So we're going to add, we're just going to dry this real quick. Heat tool coming. Okay, then we just need to do a quick sentiment. So I wanted to make that piece the star of the show. I don't want the I don't want everything covering it. I want it to shine, our actual piece of art. To me, it's a piece of art. And so I got this happy birthday. You could get, you know, whatever sentiment you want, whatever size you want. This is with a Celebrate with Tags stamp set. And this is one that carried over from the Christmas holiday mini one, and so you won't find it in the catalog, but you will find it online. Okay, and the item number is 159974, and I do have that listed. So I think that this is a nice masculine font. So I got the little embossing buddy, then that comes in that embossing kit that I will add. And then let me just really get that inked up, and then we're just going to do a happy birthday. And this grid paper is great for using, you know, lining stuff up like this, and it's actually in the catalog. Oh, why don't I add that item number 2 just in case you wanted that. Okay, and then because I'm not going to clean out my normally I would clean out my little embossing tray and then do the next one, but we don't got time for that. So I'm just going to do, this is what you do if you don't have the embossing tray, is you just put it on a piece of paper that's clean. Tap. Put that to the side real sec. Then just make a funnel and funnel that back in. There we go. Okay, one more time with the heat embossing. These tweezers come in the little kit. Okay, and one more time with the noise. I love doing gold. Now you could do this in black as well if you wanted to. It would make it pop maybe just a little bit more, but I think the gold is just like classic and a nice masculine feel to it. You see the little bit of that Y is not done, so you just flip it over and get that bit there. Done! And it might look a little bubbly like that. That's fine. That's how it's supposed to look. That's part of, I think, the actual stamp, but it's perfect. Whoever you give this to is going to love it. So we've got just a piece of soft suede cardstock. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I forgot the measurements of, I also forgot of the other two. But I will throw that in the description as well. I think, well, actually, here, it is, we have a basic black, and that is 1, 2, 3 7/8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/8. And then we have our metallic foil. You could use any foil, so try different things. So this is 1, 2, 3 3/4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's what our layers are. And that's another great thing for these pieces of paper. So here we're going to layer these down now. I'll put this one on here. It's so fun. I just want to, like, seriously, I want to make a whole ton of these, and I just may. I normally send out more feminine cards for customer appreciation orders, but I think if you're watching and you're one of my customers, you may be getting one of these in the mail from me for February. And when you see it in person, you're just going to love it even more. And putting that brown on there does mute it a little bit, make it not as kind of shiny pop, but it still gives it a really fun look. So you get to choose which way you want to do. And I think I'll probably send out, I don't know which ones. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. So I kind of like them both. Okay, so I'm going to layer that down onto our card base, and it actually doesn't matter which way you lay it down, but I think I'm going to go this way because I'm going to make it this orientation, and I'm going to put the sentiment right there. There's kind of like, whoop, there's it's darker here, so I kind of want to break that up a little bit. So you can put them either orientation. Then we've got our little piece of cardstock and black, and I can put these measurements in the description. I'll go ahead and do that. So by the time this goes up, you should have the measurements as well. And I literally just cut out the pieces to fit, and then to fit the stamp sentiment, and then layered them. And then of course, we all know what's coming next. Dimensionals. Oops, picked up two. I'll just throw this one down. Look how fun, quick and easy this card is. Like, you can make a bunch of these up if you have, even if you are selling these, you know, if you make cards to sell, just make sure you put that copyright Stampin' Up stamp on the back. Boop. Adhering to our angel policy. With Father's Day coming up, I think these are really classy. I am like loving it. Loving it. So you can go try with different embossing folders, different colored foils, different colored embossing powder. You don't have to stick to just the black. So there we have it. The black ice technique. This is my take on that. I hope you love it. I hope you have fun with it. Share what you create over on my Facebook page. You can find me at Stamps Ink Paper over on Facebook. If this video is going to be both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed, please go subscribe. I am getting close to my first 1,000 and loving it. I've only just started doing videos like on a actual schedule for the last couple of months. So it's been a lot of fun watching this grow, and I love bringing these videos to you. I hope you love watching them. Okay, have a wonderful Valentine's Day, everybody, and I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.